All right, so we have our part here with these four holes in it. And if you look at our two parts here, there is one more identical feature, which is you see this flange across the top here. Okay, so that's what we're going to add next. Um, so in order to do that, let's go ahead and go over to your browser, open up the origin folder, and this time we want to we're going to select the YZ plane, right click on it, and create new sketch. Okay. Now go over to your home, click the home icon, right? So that way it's at an angle. Now we're still in sketch mode. You can see our our Y axis here, and you can see our X axis here. Down here at the bottom, you want to click this little icon here, which is your slice view. So left click that, and it's actually slicing your part along the plane that you're drawing on. Okay, so let me kind of clarify this. I'm going to straighten this out. Okay, remember we selected the YZ plane, so we are drawing in YZ. Look at our compass here. Okay, so this is the plane that we're drawing on. If you want to see what the XY plane looks like, that's what we originally started at. All right, here's what the XY plane looks like. If I turn the slice off, remember we drew this part here, and this was the front part, and it was facing toward us. Okay, but now we are drawing in a different plane here. Okay? And so this is where having this compass comes in handy, so you know where your orientation's at. Okay, so and the reason why we're drawing. We want to use the slice view because we're going to eventually have to use another feature called revolve, which in order to use that, you have to draw the edge of whatever you're revolving first. So let's just go ahead and the next thing that you want to do is go over here. It's in the drawing section, but project geometry. And you want to click this top half up here. All right. Okay. So if I come down to this edge here, it's highlighted in red, and I'm going to left click it. And when I do that, you should notice that there's a green line on this edge here, okay? Because it's now projecting this edge over to this edge here, all right? And let's get out of this feature. All right, the reason why that's going to be helpful is because we can now we can use this as a line now to draw on. But without this projected line, it would almost be like this doesn't, this is just we don't really have a base or anything to like plant our drawing lines on. Okay, so let's go ahead and right click here, and we just want to make sure that our part is facing toward us, right? And first thing we want to do, we're still in 2D sketch mode, so we want to go to line, and we're just going to do a rough sketch outline of what we need to draw. Let me just kind of go back over here. This flange here, we're going to be drawing. If you see you can see these cutaways here. You can see the edge. You can see what the edge of the flange looks like. We're going to actually be drawing this edge, and then we're going to revolve. We're going to use the revolve feature to fill it in. Okay, so that's what we're doing now. So let's go ahead and sketch this. I'm going to start with the line and start in the center. And I know where the center is at because of this green dot. And then I'm going to go up. I can go up, let's say about 14 millimeters or so. Left click. I'm still in line mode, so I drag my cursor off to the right side, and you want to make sure that these lines are perpendicular to each other. The way you know they're perpendicular is that you can see the length of the line, and you can also see the angle. Right now, you see at the top is about 19 meters, and then you can see that 90 degrees. That means it's perpendicular. If I move my mouse, you can see it's changing. It's not perpendicular anymore. Once it's perpendicular, you can see the little icon that indicates perpendicular and the angle measure. So left click again. Now I want to come down and left click. I'm going to go over to the left, left click, come down, left click, go over, left click, oop, 90 degrees. And because I have a projected line, when I get close to this edge here, it's going to snap. You can see as I get close to the edge, it kind of snaps to the edge. So I can left click here, all right? And I don't have to draw this line here because I have that projected line. So I want to get out of this line mode. So right click, click OK. And you can see I now have this, oops, let me do this. I now have this this outline of what I'm going to use, like this outline here of what I'm going to use to revolve to create the flange. Okay, but before we revolve it, we want to make sure that we dimension. We want to make sure that we properly dimension all of these lines before we revolve it, and we'll do that in the next video. All right.